From Tampa Bay's streaming news source, brought to you by AlertTodayFlorida.com, this is ABC Action News.
I'm Dee O'Reilly. We could see some thunderstorms this afternoon. Greg D has your full forecast coming up, but first, so here are your ABC Action News headlines. Clearwater police arrest a former choir teacher for having sex with a 14-year-old boy. Detectives say 34-year-old Marcelia Smith started communicating with the 14-year-old boy through a social networking website. They say he had sex with a student both at his apartment and at Dunedin Middle School while class was not in session. Smith is charged with lewd and lascivious battery. Detectives don't know yet if there are any additional victims. Police say an Uber driver shot and killed a passenger early this morning on a Denver interstate. Investigators say the driver shot the passenger multiple times after getting into some sort of fight inside the car. Officers attempted to perform CPR, but the passenger died. There's no word on if the driver is going to face charges. It is day one of a 35-year sentence for John Camfield. He's the former police officer who drove drunk last year and hit 5 children as they walked home from school in Polk County. 13-year-old Jaheim Robertson died in that crash. His mother spoke directly to Camfield in court.
You left my son like an animal on the side of the road. He was in his school clothes. He didn't even come home for dinner that night. Like I always waited for him and waited for him. He never came home.
Camfield claims that he didn't drink anything the day of the accident, but his blood alcohol level measured more than twice the legal limit. In addition to 35 years in prison, the judge permanently revoked his driver's license. The Cross Bay Ferry connecting St. Pete to Tampa could be making a comeback. St. Pete City Council will decide next week whether to approve the city's pick to run the ferry. Tampa won't decide whether to fund the ferry until mid-July. However, Mayor Bob Buckhorn's office says that he believes it should be privately funded. 9 former Brooksville police officers are being sworn in as Hernando County deputies today. Last month, Brooksville voted to dissolve its police department at the end of May. The city's new agreement for law enforcement services with the sheriff's office is expected to save Brooksville over $1 million a year. Florida's sales tax holiday on hurricane supplies began at midnight. It lets you purchase items like batteries, portable generators, and fuel containers, things that you might need during or after a storm, tax-free. You can find the full list of eligible supplies at abcactionnews.com/hurricane. And the National Weather Service is extending a flood warning for the Alafaya River until Monday night. Weeks of heavy rains pushed the river to flood stage. People living near the Alafaya are concerned that the water may flood their homes. The river is expected to crest tomorrow or Sunday. Now here's Greg with a look at our forecast.
Certainly could use some drier weather, and that's what we're building towards as we head toward the weekend. Now today there toward the Alafaya, there may still be a couple of isolated showers or storms, but I think much of the activity, the heaviest rain, will be east of there into Polk County as we go into the afternoon. Temperatures mid to upper 80s, the humidity staying high all throughout the afternoon. Take a look at Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast, planning for your weekend. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the upper 80s with low rain chances. Dia, finally some good weather to get to the beach this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you can now get news updates all day long on your favorite streaming device. And don't forget to download the free ABC Action News mobile app.
This ABC Action News Brief was brought to you by AlertFloridaToday.com. Drivers pass bicyclists safely. Allow a minimum of 3 feet between you and the bicyclists because safety doesn't happen by accident.